This is another sign of the times, an analysis and a commentary. Militant leader killed in Pakistan drone strike. A volley of CIA drone strikes in Pakistan's tribal belt has killed at least 18 people, security officials say, capping a week of missile attacks, but have renewed tensions between Pakistan and the United States, but may have killed a major militant leader. Senior American officials said they had strong indications that Badruddin Haqqani, the operational commander of the Haqqani network, which is responsible for some of the most spectacular assaults on American bases in Afghan cities in recent years, was killed in a drone strike this week. There are indications that Haqqani has met his demise, a senior United States official said. He said that officials were waiting to sift through evidence, including information on jihadist websites, before they could be certain that Mr. Haqqani had been killed. The caution stems from previous erroneous claims by American and Pakistani officials about militant deaths in Waziristan, a notoriously difficult place to get reliable information. But if confirmed, Mr. Haqqani's death would be a supposed major benefit to the military coalition in Afghanistan, and there are still many people waiting to take his place. Thought to be in his mid-30s, Mr. Haqqani ran the Haqqani network's day-to-day militant operations, handled high-profile kidnappings, and managed its lucrative smuggling operations, according to a recent report by the Combating Terrorism Center, an independent, privately financed research and educational institution at West Point. He was considered second in seniority to the Haqqani network's leader, his older brother. Both men are believed to direct operations in Afghanistan from their haven in North Waziristan, where they have allied with local warlords and enjoy long-standing clan ties. In August 2011, Afghan intelligence released intercepts of Badruddin Haqqani directing a daring assault on Kabul's Intercontinental Hotel. 3 years before that, he held a reporter for the New York Times. Badruddin Haqqani has been at the center of coalition attacks in Afghanistan, as well as mischief in Pakistan, said the American official. By Friday evening, reports of Mr. Haqqani's death were circulating in Pakistan's tribal belt. In Washington, the C.I.A., which carries out armed drone missions in Pakistan, declined to comment, as did the White House. The last major successful drone strike in Pakistan was the assassination of the al-Qaeda deputy leader in June. Early Friday, CIA drones fired at least 6 missiles at 3 locations in the Shawwal Valley, destroying mud-walled compounds and at least 2 vehicles, said 2 Pakistani security officials and a local Taliban commander. The Pakistani Foreign Office summoned an American embassy official to officially protest the sudden surge in drone strikes, the 8th such protest issued by Pakistan over the past 12 months, according to a senior Pakistani official. Although Pakistan and the United States patched up their differences over NATO supply routes in July, the drone campaign is a major impediment to a resumption of normal relations. Pakistan's military has proposed that it carry out the strikes itself using its fleet of American-built F-16 warplanes. The Obama administration has rejected those demands, saying the covert campaign offers the most effective tool against militants in an area where the Pakistani state has largely lost control. Tensions are complicated by the Haqqani network, which American officials say has uncomfortably close ties to Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence Directorate. The ISI denies any operational link to the group. Under pressure from Congress, the Obama administration must decide by September 9th whether to declare the Haqqani network a terrorist entity, a move that could further complicate relations between the two countries. But most of the Haqqani leadership, including Mr. Haqqani, his brothers and uncles, have already been individually designated as global terrorists. In May 2011, the State Department said Mr. Haqqani helps lead insurgents and foreign fighters in attacks against targets in southeastern Afghanistan. Another American official said Mr. Haqqani was believed to have died in a signature strike, an attack on militants based on their pattern of activity and location, rather than intelligence about any one individual. Human rights groups say signature strikes inflict unacceptable collateral damage, but the official said that if Mr. Haqqani was killed, his death and those of other high-value targets would show how such strikes had consistently degraded al-Qaeda and its allies in Pakistan. So, where do you draw the line on the drone attacks? When do you stop the killing? How many leaders will they supposedly have to take out? And will there always be somebody else to take their place? In other words, this has turned into an unending war. But in reality, that's not the way war works. This war will end badly, and this too is another sign of the end of times as we know them, transition days, which is a time of extraordinary changes, happenings, and events, because it's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations. And that should be a very important question to ask. Again, Mark chapter 13, verse 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Revelation chapter 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch humans with fire. 9. And humans were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom or nation was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven, because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. Yes, it's time for the spiritual and physical manifestation of the book of Revelation, and all these are more signs.